All right. Hello everyone, and welcome to a Door Bay solo stream. No Rourke today, just me, and I'm gonna take advantage of that, and we are gonna do a whole bunch of crafting. I am two things. I am streaming from my house that I am house sitting at. So there are two dogs. They like to bark a lot. So if you hear any barking in the background, that is them. I can do nothing about it. They're cute, but they're little yappers. So I'm going to try to ignore that. I also hope that the quality is good because this place does tend to have not great internet. But I'm happy to be back. I haven't logged in at all this week. I've been missing all of my the Moogle jumping events and such. So I'm excited to get down to that. And yeah, just I'm eager to be going. So I have got a couple of. I have my carpenter, blacksmith, armorer, leatherworker, and weaver all ready to just run through their level 60 through 70 class quests. And that's pretty much the goal of the stream, is to get through all those and see what's going on there. Hexy, you're back from vacation. Welcome back. Hope you got a nice relaxing trip. There is a noise in your audio. What does it sound like? I can't. I'm not picking anything up. Is it like a. Here, let me see if I can mute myself, go back and check it out. It also took me about 20 minutes of trying to figure out my audio settings because I haven't streamed in a while, so I've just been depending on BMR to do it all. Oh, maybe it's the air conditioning. Let me see if I can go get that off real quick. Okay, hopefully that fixed something. Maybe it's a little better. Again, not ideal recording environment, but we're gonna do the best we can. Next, were you on a cruise? Is that what I'm seeing in the chat? I've never been on a cruise. Don't have AC in Europe, but every summer you can hear the fan turning on. You don't have any. I mean, I guess it's usually just a colder environment, but that's crazy. I think here in California, I want to say almost every house you need to have AC, just because it gets so hot during the summer. It's not that bad out right now. It's 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So I don't know what that is in Celsius. You just asking for details? Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. I am going to be starting with, I believe this is my armorer. No, it's my blacksmith. I always get them confused. They're in like the same spot and whatnot. But we'll talk to Brithale. Brithale, my guild master. I've done the intro for a couple of these, and they have just been telling me to go to... Oh, yep, there's the dog. Dog! You see normally just in bigger buildings, like big malls. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, if anything, it's not great for the environment to have individual ACs, but that's not going to stop anybody here. I don't have AC in my house that I currently live in, but while I am staying at this one, I might as well take use of it. Dorbay ain't today shaping up to be a mighty fine day. First I get a promising letter from a potential recruit from the Far East, and not long after ye show up. I know, I couldn't believe it myself when I learned that someone from beyond the 5 Seas wanted to take up an apprenticeship at our humble establishment, but as sure as day, that's what it says on this here paper. Forge Master Brithal. I am writing to you today to express my desire to learn more about your guild and the blacksmithing techniques you employ. I am currently preparing to depart for Limsa Lominsa and should be arriving shortly after this reaches you. On second thought, perhaps promising wasn't the right word. He don't expressly state he's looking to join or even give us a name for that matter. Okay, so this guy is pretty much looking to talk to us for a little bit? I don't know. Alright, let's go find him. We need to go search for prospective recruits at the Lominsian ferry docks. Well, that's cool that you you managed to go get your vacation in. I believe I should be taking a trip up to Oregon coming up here in the end of August, so that'll be my little summer vacation. It should be nice. Alright, Far Eastern Maiden. Flustered fellow, talking to a guard. I am also not getting any game audio through my headset, but I believe you guys can hear it, so if anything needs to be adjusted, just let me know. Yeah, I'm from the Blacksmiths Guild. Do you know this girl? She's been stirring up a great deal of trouble, and I'm half a mind to take her into custody for attempt assault. This man accosted her when she stepped off the boat. Rather than telling him to bugger off or approach a nearby officer for help, however, she responded by pulling out a sword and slashing wildly at him. She's gonna fit right in at the Blacksmith Guild. And this fool beside her won't stop spouting lies. You stopped me without just cause and refused to let me go even after I explained that I have somewhere that I need to be. There was nothing left for me to say, least of all to a churl like you. I mean, you slashed at him with a sword. That's kind of just cause. All I did was shower a pretty girl with compliments. This hardly warrants this abuse. Ooh, use your mouth to do some of the complimenting instead of your hands. Should have just thrown him in the water. We've received a flood of complaints regarding your unscrupulous behavior. Alright, so he kinda deserved it. That's what I'm hearing. It is no ordinary sword, rather it is a katana, the traditional weapon of the Far East. Well, she seems bossy. For all her talent, though, that girl's going to be a handful. Berthel's in charge over at the Blacksmith Guild, isn't he? My sincerest sympathies to him. I know I'm going to be stuck with her, so. But yeah, so I'm streaming today, and then we should be doing a Saturday stream. Well, I say it's just gonna be me again, and I'm hopefully gonna make a lot of progress on my Heavensward relic, which I just picked up since I decided that I needed something else to work on in this game. I chose the machinist one because I don't know, I spun a wheel. Bertel, I'm back. Here, katana. What is the... So the crown thing is, I think it's to denote top repliers. I think last time it kept switching between have a banana and ginger when they were commenting in the chat. I don't know if it's most comments or what. But if you click at the top of the chat, there's like a top fans button. You can click and see. You have, yeah, you're number 1, 75 experience. I'm number 2. And then it resets every once in a while. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. No. All right. I got rid of the chat panel. Let's see if I can bring us back up. I've missed some of this conversation. Make this easy. I suppose we could make a trade of sorts where you share your smithing techniques with us in exchange for your studies here. Okay, so we're just kind of doing like an exchange program. Yeah, I don't know, man. Cool. All right, on to the next one. Dorbay, it's been absolute hell ever since that thrice damn shrew you dragged from the dock set up shop at our guild. From the crack of dawn to sundown, she prowls the floor looking to find fault with every one of me Smitty's work. I've warned her 1,000 times over and that such disparaging remarks will not be tolerated, but will she listen? No. Instead, she'll storm off in a huff and then return with even more bitter words on her tongue. Please, you've got to go and talk some sense into her. She's like to be at the anchor yard where she always goes to cool down. All right. Like I said, I think we're going to probably be spend most of our time dealing with her. But I've actually been enjoying my crafting. I leveled most of them up through the what are they called? The custom delivery jobs. So I've been doing that every week. I've actually ran fully maxed out both of the ones in Idleshire. So I'm waiting for us to make more progress on the MSQ patches so that I could unlock some more, because I think they're supposed to be in Rauger's Reach. Seka! Okay, that's her name. You've come here because that bonehead sent you after me, right? Well, I'll have you know, whatever he says, I do not intend to be more supportive of the Smitties. Every single point I brought up has been valid. Everyone is so focused on what their next commission is due that they have lost sight of what is important. No one here has any passion or desire to improve. They're all dead on the inside. Well, that's probably because they've been hanging out with Lalafels too much. So she's saying that they need to be more, I don't know, interested in how their work comes out. Every day we improve with these mundane tasks. Blacksmiths cannot refine their skills by mindlessly repeating the same tasks day in, day out. Your guild needs to change, and I'm going to prove it to you. Okay, back we go. I know I've been pretty busy this week, but I'm eventually going to have to make my way over to the casino and start doing some of the leaping challenges. Because there is some stuff I'm interested in that the Mughals be selling. You're to assign both of us the next order you receive, and the smitty who win. Okay, so she wants to challenge? I'll take it. Let me challenge her. This is the perfect opportunity for you, to put her in her place. Yes, if you were to win this for us, she'll have no choice but to back down. Alright. Let's go find out the new order. I'm reading some of the stuff that's happening in the free company chat. It's a interesting way of looking at transportation. It seems like Hexy is not a fan of trains. Oh, I think I made... This is the girl I made the sword for in her tournament. Okay. I remember her. I actually like this one. Lately, each new mission I'm dispatched on takes me further from the city than the last. I am forced to leave Fremondain on his own for extended periods of time. He, however, has not a weapon with which to defend himself in my absence. As such, I would have a sword forged for him. Okay. Okay. As for the blade, I believe a short sword would suit me best. I've grown weak in my old age, and anything heavy is likely to be more of a hindrance than help. Since this is a competition, once you're finished, perhaps you should take the blade to Forge Master Berthel. After you've received his approval, we'll appraise the two weapons side by side. Craft a high-quality featherlight short sword. Oh, and she's gonna give me the materials too? That's fantastic. I'm assuming it's gonna be under class? Yeah, there it is. Oh boy. Okay. I I remember I had to move this. Where is my cursor? There it is. Drag that back. I was moving this to take some screenshots of stuff, and I figured it's probably important to have it. Alright, come on. That's gotta be the best sword you ever seen. But instead of Final Fantasy, I have been playing. I started a new save for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I wanted to do a different playthrough of that. I didn't finish the first one. Actually, I think I left off from wherever I was last streaming, but I didn't like the way that one was turning out. Henry was being too much of a meathead, so I changed him to be more diplomatic. This is fine a short sword as any I've seen, real light. This girl hasn't a cat in hell's chance of winning. What an odd turn of phrase. Ooh. Yeah, her sword was nice, but she didn't listen to the customer. Yeah, you gotta craft for whatever the customer wants, alright? Customer's always right. Your wise words have opened my eyes and allowed me to see the fault in my ways. I am terribly sorry for my earlier behavior. Nothing of the sort will be happening again during the course of my studies here. He's like, surely you want to go somewhere else, right? Do you get anything for fully completing all of the different crafting classes? Like a cool mount or something? I don't know. That'd be cool. All right. All of these are garbage. You have learned quality assurance. What does that do? Slightly increases chance of material condition becoming good. Oh, that's useful. Dorbe, thanks to you winning that competition, Seka has become surprisingly bearable of late, and things have been oddly peaceful. That's not to say, however, that you can rest on your oars just yet. Not too soon before you arrived. I can't do the piratey sailor accent. Curious, ain't it? Ain't it? Why does he want to remove? Why does he want to remain anonymous? And moreover, how does he know the girl is here? Okay. Yeah, send me off. I'll go deal with it. Okay. You don't hate trains. You like trains and train stations. What I hate is the train system here that is never reliable. Trains get canceled without warning or disappearing from the schedules, and the staff isn't any help in this case. I mean, it's just as bad as taking a plane. Unfortunately, it feels like here you can't even get a train. I mean, there's a couple of trains that run up and down the coast, but aside from that, your only luck is to either drive somewhere or fly somewhere. It just fills you with rage at the thought. Oh no. Actually, are you one of those people that when you go on vacation you need to follow the plan? Like you have a there's like usually two types of people that go on vacation. There's the people that have a checklist of everything they're gonna do and it follows the plan. If you're not following the plan, then you're in trouble. Or there's people, and I think I'm one of these people, where you just kind of go and it's like free flow. Because I don't know. I don't need a lot of rage and and thought of murder on my vacation. Okay, this guy. My savings been not been lost to unexpected expenses along the way. Perhaps I would have been able to provide you with a better metal to work with. He wants me to make a katana. Hand the hunk of rusted iron to Seka. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm sure that. Oh, and there you are. In the flesh. Yeah, I'm sure having kids does not help. Get rid of anything and anyone? Actually, if you get rid of all the train staff, it's just gonna make it worse. Then there's gonna be nobody to talk to, even if they're not helpful. Seka, I have some iron for you. You've been tasked with forging an Uchigatana from this rubbish? Even the realm's greatest masters would struggle to do so with iron this poor. Keep the client's identity a secret. Is this a choice? Yeah. Sure. Should the katana shatter during the battle, the wielder's life will be forfeit. Synthesize a heavy Uchigatana. Is it just gonna give me... Yeah, so I don't actually have to go out and mine for stuff. That's kind of nice. Honestly, that was the worst part about doing the leather worker, was having to go out and farm for drops on some of the most ridiculous animals out there. The amount of giraffes I had to kill just to get their leather. Yeah, I would love to take a train. I remember taking when I must have been like 8. It was, a while ago, and I remember taking a train up the coast, and it was honestly the coolest thing ever. And I don't mind flying for the most part, but I'm never comfortable in the air. There's always in the back of your mind you're in a plane. You're up in the air, 30,000 feet or whatever. I feel like a train is just a little bit more relaxing. Just bring a book. Hang out. Alright, I made a sword for you. He's like, this sword's crap, but I gave you crap to work with, so fair enough. The train tracks here are built mostly in very beautiful landscapes. The best ones are on the coast and through mountain areas. So, as an American, I don't really have an idea of how intricate the train system is in Europe, but I'm assuming most of it's all connected. So, can you just kind of travel, throughout with no problem? Please, sir, I need practice if I'm ever going to become as good as Dorbay. It's going to be hard. Because I am... Oh, Shinto. But before that, Forge Master Brithal, I believe we have not yet had the pleasure to meet in person. I am Shinto, master of Kugane's largest swordsmith forge. And it's her dad. Oh, man. What a shock. I'm here to take you home. Time and time again, I have told you that you will never be good enough to become my apprentice. Damn. You must clear your head of these foolish notions. We will be going now. You have caused these people and me enough trouble as it is. Oh, an overbearing father. While I'm not normally one to involve myself in such things, I think you're being a bit too hard on your daughter. Shouldn't you be supporting her dreams instead of tearing them down? She simply does not have what it takes to become a swordsmith. It is time she realized this and looked to pursuing something better suited to her talents, or lack thereof. God, this guy is a dick. You go everywhere in the European. That's so cool. Seka, I presume you saw Dorbei's Uchikatana. And to think this man does not even have a fraction of the knowledge you do. Decades worth of practice has amounted to nothing? Yeah, she's fine. I don't know who you think you are, but even if you happen to be the finest swordsmith to have ever lived, it still doesn't give you the right to tell a person to abandon their dreams. Yeah. Setting people up for failure with hollow praise may be your way of doing things, but it is not mine. Seka, come. I will allow you a few days to come to terms with this. Know, however, that should you disobey me again, you shall be disowned. European countries that are not part of the Union require a passport. That makes sense. Still, it'd be a nice to have like a different mode of transportation other than just having to fly everywhere. Can't put right start now. Together we'll think of a way to prove to your father that you're worthy of studying under him. Cool, let's do it. Yeah, I think obviously we just need to. I'll craft something and then we'll tell him that she did it. I've learned manipulation. They get a new skill. Manipulation. Okay. Restore 5 points of durability after each step for the next 8 steps. Oh. That could be useful. So that could just be like an extra 40 durability. Alright, 68. I think we just have a couple more to do. While she is by no means a first-rate artisan, she's also not nearly so bad a Smitty as her old man would have us believe. So why is he trying so hard to convince us she'll never amount to anything? Me intuition tells me he's hiding something, and it's up to ye to find out what. I saw him wandering through West Hawker's Alley earlier. With any luck, he should still be there. You want to know what will convince me of Seka's potential as a swordsmith? To answer your question, nothing will persuade me to take her on as an apprentice. What she lacks is something far more fundamental than skill. While I am certain Master Berthel sent you here with hopes of learning more than what I just told you, that is all I am willing to say on the subject. Okay, that's not very helpful. But I think the blacksmith is right, that he's definitely hiding something. It is not the girl's skills Shinto doesn't approve of. His secretness is quite curious, though, isn't it? Were it that he didn't care for his daughter, he'd have no qualms about divulging the whole truth. Mayhap his distant demeanor is but a mask. That, however, is a discussion for another day. Now that I've been observing how Seka works for a while now, to learn how we might help her improve. Okay. From what I've seen, she's got a great deal of talent, but her clunky tools prevent her from displaying the full extent of her skill. I believe that her hampered dexterity is the missing fundamental to which Shinto refers. It should be an easy thing to fix. All we need to do is provide her with a new set of svelte tools. That said, forging custom-made implements ain't easy, and there are only 2 people I trust to do the job right. Me. Alright. I can do it. I'm just forging. Synthesize a custom-made hammer. This might go a lot quicker than I thought if I'm not actually going to have to go find all these ingredients. Okay, let's try this new one that we got, manipulation. So basically it's just half off. So it's not restoring the durability, it's just counting against the durability that we're using while making stuff. Although I guess if I was using abilities that didn't subtract the durability, then it would start adding. Interesting. Should now have a complete set of tools. I'll let you have the honor of giving them to the girl. If she's not down in the workshop, you should be able to find her at the anchor yard. All right. Dorbay, I am pathetic. I do not deserve to be called the smith. Forge Master Berthel invested so much time and effort in helping me achieve my dreams, and yet everything I make is rubbish. I am undeserving of his teaching and his kindness. My father is a distinguished artisan in Kugane. To gain... Oh, that was weird. To gain his recognition, I would require that I craft an exceptional katana. This whole time I've been thinking how exactly I might bring such a blade into existence, but the harder I think, the more I am overcome with panic. To make matters worse, I cannot get Forge Master Berthel's face out of my head. Ever since he stood up for me against my father, I find myself unable to think straight, and a flush rises in my cheeks whenever he is around. He has begun to dominate my thoughts and even my dreams. I do not know what has gotten into me. You're in love. Probably. Either that or you've got COVID. Forge Master Berthel, and you made these for me? I mean, it was mostly me. And people say this isn't a romantic game. Ooh, that is a nice sword. Seka, it seems that once again you've gone against my wishes. This katana is abysmal. How do you think crafting this shoddy sword would somehow change my mind? It's not abysmal. It's a good sword. It looks cool. Dude, just take her on as an apprentice. I've always lacked the necessary focus and affection for this craft, something which has reflected in your work. All your blades have been uninspired and lackluster. This katana, while far from acceptable, is different. You directed your undivided attention to its creation rather than fixating on gaining my approval. In so doing, you have demonstrated you understand the essence of our art. I shall consider your request. Hey, that's improvement. You must first prove your worth. I will have you compete against Orbe. Only if you win against him will I accept you. We shall return to Kugane, and there the two of you will face off to see who can make the better katana. Keep in mind, Seka, this shall be your last chance. Yeah, are you going to pay my traveling cost? Because it cost me like 1,600 gil to go all the way to Kugane. I mean, I'm not gonna go easy on her, but I feel like I should maybe not. Like, I should let her win, right? I guess I'll take this one. The final face-off. So, actually, I see you guys talking about glams down there. How do you... I mean, how do you know... I guess you like you know you see a like a chest piece or whatever, and then you like how do you match up stuff that isn't technically part of the same set? I don't know. I've always been bad about being able to glam stuff, but you know it's easier just for me to get an entire set that's supposed to go together and do it that way. All right, let's see where we are. It bugs me that I haven't been able to get that observation bubble that's just sitting there. I have no idea how to get up there. Hello, Seka. I feel like a totally different person to when I was last year. Where before I would buckle under the pressure of my father's unwavering gaze, lately I have not felt fazed by it in the slightest. Speaking of my father, he has asked that you meet him at Kokojia, where craftsmen from the poorest and to the finest gather in Kugane. There he will apprise you of the details of our upcoming match. I shall remain here to collect Forge Master Brithel. Okay. Where is that? It's down there. At Pier 1. Oh, nice door. You and Seka are to each forge an Uchigatana. These blades are to be shown to one of the greatest samurai families in Kugane. Their lord is interested in having my forge provide his retainers with katana. Before he officially entrusts me with this task, however, he asks that I provide him with a sample. The two of you will be competing to see which of your Ichigatana I will present before him. Oh, and one last thing. My daughter, she mentioned to me earlier that in exchange for studying at your guild, she promised to share with Master Berthal the techniques we employ here at my forge. Her skills have grown exponentially under your care, and I have every intention of upholding that agreement. But should you give any less than your best in this contest, and I know full well what you are capable of, consider our dear broken. Okay, so basically, yeah. Just to make sure I don't go easy on her, let her win. Okay. Same kind of fabric or details or similar styles, and dyeing is a good way to match things that are not part of the same set. I guess, but there's just so many different like clothing options. It's a little overwhelming. There's something I want to ask you before your guildmaster arrives. Yes, he's single. My heart feels like it will explode and stop beating at the same time. Sometimes it is so painful that I can scarcely breathe. At first I saw him as a dull and uninspired man, but then when he so courageously defended my dreams and refused to back down even in the face of my father's fury, I realized I had misjudged him. In that moment, something inside me shifted. Now I cannot get his face out of my head, and I feel an inexplicable urge to be near him. I just do not understand. You supported me in my journey just the same, so why is it I do not feel also this way about you? It's probably the mustache. I'll be honest. If I didn't have the mustache... yeah, I'm just gonna be straight up with her. It's because you're in love with him. Also, you can't see my hair with this bandana. So, with the mustache and the hair, you know... I did look at the Glam website. I'll be honest, sorting through it, there wasn't a ton of stuff that I absolutely fell in love with. But, I mean, there was some stuff. And I'll be honest, I know it bugs BMR a little bit that I don't do glamming a lot. And that makes me happy. Alright, bring it on. I'ma smoke you. Did you filter glams for Rothgar? No, just because I don't know how much longer we're gonna be Rothgar. Oh. I'm not a Rothgar. I think we're doing we're doing Catgirls. So I'll probably have to look for that coming up. Alright. We're just gonna have to give it my best shot. Easy. Looks good on some races, can look awful on others. I know. I can't find any sort of black mage outfit for my current character that I like. They all just look ridiculous. Now, I bet they look great on a Lullafell, but I think I'm just too big for a lot of these outfits. I finished the sword. It's probably the best thing I've ever made, ever. Come on, is that not the best sword you've ever seen? This is beautiful. The radiance of this blade alone might be enough to repel the tide of chaos. In addition to that, it is so sharp that it could cleave even a fine thread of hair in half. Yeah, that's the other thing about these crafting quests is every time I make something, they're like, this is the best version of this thing we've ever seen, ever, and you're probably the greatest blacksmith to have ever lived. And that positivity is just great. She looks very confident. Oh, he's not won over. We were asked to make weapons for retainers, but not all of them can use weapons. Heavier blades may cut better, but they be useless in the hands of the untrained. I will say, however, that taking a client's needs and physical limitations into consideration is a necessary part of our craft. Next time, be sure to consult me before jumping to your own conclusions. Next time, does that mean, where before you were pounding your hammer in a single-minded desperation to gain my favor, now you are no longer blind. You have shown extraordinary progress as a swordsmith, and I believe you are finally ready to begin your studies under me. That's nice. The whole story came full circle where she took the client's needs into consideration. Is she blushing? Look at him stand there. He's such a dork. I think I'm in love with you. That was incredibly straightforward. There's a lot of friction, a lot of heat between them. Pardon me? He looks so clueless. Oh no, and he picked up the sword. I thought my daughter was accepted into your guild that you might exchange blacksmithing techniques, not vows. Oh god. He's entered He's entered rage mode. I think... my apologies, but something rather pressing just came up and it requires my immediate detention. Dorbe, I'll see you back at the guild. Calmly run away. I had not realized he was so shy. Poor guy. I won the challenge. It seems that there is a great deal we can learn from you and your guild. That reminds me, while Saga herself is not in a place to take on such responsibility, I have every intention of seeing that our end of the agreement she struck is upheld. We look forward to exchanging smithing techniques with your forge. Yo, Ginger! Good afternoon. / morning / evening. I'm not sure. There's only one good glam for a male Black Mage Rothgar. In your level range without cash shop or event options. Okay, I will check it out. It's just, I don't know why it's hard for them to make a suitable Black Mage outfit for a big person. Alright, what's this going to cost me? 526? That's not bad. Okay, honestly, that was one of the better crafting stories. Guy's dressed like some sort of Greek god. I kind of like it. It's morning now. Are you just waking up, or are you about to go to bed? It seems like you're not really a morning person. There are suitable things, but not in your level range yet. That's the other thing, is we need to make more progress before I can start unlocking some of the cooler outfits. And it does seem like they get cooler with every expansion. My apologies for having to leave you abruptly back there, but by the look on the old man's face, I reckon I'd overstayed my welcome. The whole thing was, of course, peppered with subtle threats. He seemed to be just as enthusiastic about the idea of trading smithing techniques with our guild as I am. Sir, I've just received another missive for you. It says here it's from Seka. I'm not sure what it's for, but it must be important. It's nearly the size and length of New Eorzean Geographic. Uh-oh. It's gonna be a love letter. What are you gonna do? Okay, was that it? Was that the, that was the blacksmith stuff. And now I have to wait until we catch up in Shadowbringers. Cool, good story. I rated a 4 out of 5. Mostly just because I'm stuck in this area of Limsa, and this is not my favorite area of Limsa to be in. And since we're here, I think I will do the armor quest line next. Talk to Hananza. Hananza? Greetings, Dorbay. I think you've been well since that last incident with Blanster. Speaking of which, our resident veteran of the Forge has built quite the reputation for himself. Our patrons are well pleased with the custom-made quality of his armors. Thus did it come quite a surprise when he announced his intention to leave the guild. I questioned him on this sudden change of heart, but the stubborn Auroch refused to divulge his reasons. Despite all that has happened, I suppose he must be uncomfortable confiding aught in me. Perhaps you have better luck? Okay, so if I remember correctly, the armorer quest is this old guy, Blanster, and he is stuck. He was like stuck in his ways, and then the last quest we did kind of brought him around to not being so old and grumpy. I mean to put the guild behind me. Now I have confidence in me skills, and I reckon that lately I've been forging some of the best pieces of me career. But I couldn't figure out for the life of me why I didn't feel myself the equal of you or the Forge Master. I came to the realization that me work lacks character. I was just arriving at that conclusion, you see, when I saw an adventurer by the aft castle wearing a helm of the oddest design. I had to stop her and ask where she got it from. You know what she says? Let me guess. From the Far East? I need to learn how to infuse me work with as much character as radiated from that odd-looking helm. I need to study with folk that make 'em. Alright, so you're leaving. See, I like this outfit. Can I see what it is? So this is just discipline of the hand, the artful afflatus work cap. Alright, well, he's going to the Far East, just like everybody else, so... If you'd simply explained the why of it in the first place, I wouldn't have needed to stoop to such measures. Yeah, just speak up, man. Yeah, we'll call it a leave of absence instead of a, go take a vacation. Go learn. Well, I'm probably gonna have to follow him. Beergot knows how he'll fare over there, but then again, maybe he'll return a changed man. Fare you well, Dorbay. I'll let you know should I hear from Blanster. It's a shame past level 70 crafter storylines end without a decent ending? What do you mean? Because I've really been actually enjoying this, at least the first one. At least it was entertaining instead of go here, make this. Yeah. You guys really need to start paying my travel expenses, though, because it's getting out of hand. No more after 70? So what do they do instead? Or is it just not crafting storylines? Hey, we had no confidence in you, so they sent me to come look at you. I arrived a while ago, truth be told, but this bloody statue caught me eye and refused to let go. Just look at the armor on that bloke. You don't seem not like that in any Orsia. Well, I best sit around gopping all day. I need to find a smithy and see if they're willing to teach an old hand like me. Sure. I'll come with you. Alright. Maybe we'll run into our old friend Shinto. And to be honest, it's not like the crafting storylines are giving me a lot out of it. You know, some experience and a couple of different abilities, I guess, but besides that, they're just interesting to play through. Most of my experience are coming out of doing either, well, most of my experience is coming from just doing the, not the society quests. The other ones. The donations ones. There are no more job quests, just so-called role quests where certain classes are sharing a quest line. So, what, they just kind of roll blacksmith and armorer and maybe a couple others together and you can do it as any of them? To answer your question, I've been feeling that my own work has fallen off into a bit of a rut, and the distinct personality of them helms is exactly what I've been missing. The search for one's own style can certainly be a trial. Very well, I should be glad to aid you in finding yours. Wait, you're gonna teach me too? I didn't sign up for this. Oh. Dog's trying to bark at people. Wait, so it's not just the crafting quest, it's also the the regular job quests? I mean, I get that they're cutting down on the bloat of having to make individual job quests and stuff. I just hope that they took the time that they're saving with that and put it somewhere useful. Alright, some paladin mail. I can make that. I've actually been running out of my the crafters scripts. Or not running out. I've been running out of space. I've been having too much. I don't know what to... So I've just been buying the master crafting tomes and hoping I would eventually use them. Though the techniques you employ are not the same as ours, your experience as an artisan is readily apparent. I'm curious to see how you will fare with our traditional methods. But whilst I am eager to begin your instruction, I'm afraid an important commission must take precedence. Pray use this time to familiarize yourself with the local materials, and I shall inform you when your lessons are to commence. Okay. Yeah, please don't make me go back to Limsa. I don't have that travel money. You also have one for miner and gardener together, and one for the fisher, one for the weaver, carpenter, leatherer, leathercrafter, one for gourmet and alchemist, and one for goldsmith, blacksmith, and armor. Okay. I have all of the, except for the fisher. So I could do one of those. I hate that they put the gourmet and the alchemist together, because those are the two that I at least want to do. In Endwalker and Beyond, you'll have separate role quests for physical range and melee. So, like, Bard would be physical range, and Dancer. And I guess my physical melee would be Reaper, probably. The whole way they approach the craft is different, from the materials they choose to the process of putting the pieces together, and now that Master Fugetsu is finishing up that commission work, he'll be free to instruct us in his methods firsthand. I'll finally be taking me first steps towards me goal. I need to get out of this Limsa accent range. I can't do all the me's and the unfinished words. You have been most patient, my apprentices, but you need wait no longer. Our commission is safely filled, and I can now devote my full attention to instructing you in our traditional methods. Okay, let's go. The difference between Eorzean and Hingen plate armors. The most obvious being that while your suits are crafted from large, carefully shaped sheets, ours are made up of many overlapping scales. The scales themselves are often made from a hardened leather, but for your lesson I think I shall have you forge them from metal. This will allow you to craft a durable yet flexible piece of armor. In this land we are especially conscious of protecting against arrows, and this emphasis has led to the design of long hanging sleeves and the like. I imagine the appearance is quite unusual for those unaccustomed to the style. Be that as it may, these scales form the foundation of the Hingen art of armor crafting. As an introduction to this basic technique, I have decided to have you craft a pair of armored gloves, otherwise known as kote. Okay. These kote of yours, do the folk that wear them ask for aught in particular? I want to make certain I focus on the right bits. Okay, he wants to go talk to the actual war. Look at him, he's learning. That's what he learned last time, was that he needs to actually listen to what the customer wants, which seems to be a common link between all these different job quests. Yeah, Bard, Dancer, and Mechanist. Okay. I have one of those. Melees are Reaper, Dragoon, Ninja, Samurai, Monk, and later the Viper. Well, I have the Reaper. I don't know. I don't play melee DPS because my positioning is crap. And I don't play... And every time I play the other like the ranged DPS, you guys tell me I'm standing in the wrong spot. Sekisegumi Blade. been tasked with forging some kote, and I thought I'd ask a proper warrior about the kind of gloves he prefers to wear. Okay. So Saturday, I'm planning on doing a bunch of stuff for my relic. And so probably today, tomorrow, and probably like the beginning of the stream, I'm just gonna need to grind, see if I can get some of the my Allegan tomes, poetics, because I only have I only have 285. I feel like I'm gonna need more. You were just close to too close to dodge stuff, too far away to get healed. Yeah, that sounds about right. I will tell you, there is nothing more frustrating than being a healer and watching people, mostly BMR when he's tanking, just stand in the AoEs because he knows I'm going to heal him. I feel like there's not even an effort to get out of the way. I mean, I'm assuming it's just you'll help. I'm probably just gonna have to get onto the wiki and just go see what I'm gonna need ahead of time and see if I can stock up for it. But yeah, right now I'm just running through the beginning of the Heavensward dungeons, and I could get through most of the stuff that was in ARR. I could do unsynced, but I think the Heavensward stuff might be running up against me being able to do it solo. AoE diving. I wish Rescue. I'm glad Rescue has a long cooldown, because whenever he uses Rescue, it's to pull me into stuff. He's not rescuing, he is thrusting me into danger. Drag him around the dungeon like a little stuffed puppet. Honestly, it's what we need sometimes, though. Yose. What would you have of me, Ijin? Ah, forget my brusque manner. I did not expect. And just how long have you two been studying with Master Fugetsu? A couple minutes. Recently arrived from Eorzea, you say, and just newly apprenticed? How wonderful that your instructor in Hingan methods coincides with my most urgent request. No matter, I shall place my trust in your skill, as Master Fugetsu has clearly done. As for my request, I need you to craft for me new headgear for the Gozen Ji. Gozen GI. It is a tournament of sorts where samurai display their prowess with a blade before members of the nobility. An exceptional performance can earn one a most lucrative appointment. So you're looking to impress a future employer. Don't you worry, sir. You've put yourself in capable hands. Let's say we have ourselves a little contest, Orbe. I reckon we both have a go at making a piece for our client here and see whose work he likes best. Shouldn't be that hard. I don't think you've ever beaten me. The flip side of being of having dog. Nope. Yep. They're not happy. Something just pulled up. It's like every time somebody walks by on the street, they go out and bark. Could you do me a favor if you both are playing tank and healer again? Play tank like he did and blame him if he couldn't keep you alive. You'd have to make him play healer. Okay, I don't remember the last time he played healer for me. He did the NPC thing. You know, sometimes you're just not paying attention. You're having too good of a time looking at stuff, especially our first times through dungeons. You know, for dungeons we've run dozens of times, he has no excuse. But sometimes the first time you're going through, you're too busy looking at stuff that's happening. Okay, I got a couple places to go. Next time I stand in an AoE, I'll blame the tank. Sounds like a personal problem. Seki Segumi. Well, if it isn't my fellow Kote enthusiast, you were able to forge a fine pair of gauntlets, I trust. I see, and this time you are to craft headgear for a Gozen GI participant. First and foremost, the tournament takes place before a significant gathering of nobility. As such, it is best to avoid ostentatious designs or gaudy color combinations. When I myself joined the tournament, I also found it advantageous to wear a face mask, which allows a wide field of vision. That is all I can tell you of your armor. Your client's success will otherwise rely upon his own skill. Okay, no colors. Big, wide face mask you can look out of. Did he really say that? I mean, it sounds right. Maybe he just has that much faith in your healing ability. There's the Hatsuburi, which protects the brow and cheeks, and the Somen, a fuller version which stretches further down and across the jaw. I've seen warriors who bind their head with not but a hachimaki, and I've seen the same warriors carried out with cracked skulls. A strip of cloth affords poor protection, you'll find. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he did. Was he playing tank or damage? Because tank, you have a lot of ability, like faith to that you're not gonna die from a lot of stuff. But if he's playing DPS, then he should know better. Oh my gosh, these dogs. I'm gonna craft this Soman. Dark Knight, yeah. That's just him being moody and sad, as all Dark Knights must be. Alright, let's craft ourselves a helmet. Are you guys participating in any of the casino events that are going on? I haven't gotten a chance to get over there yet. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know which one I made. I made the salmon, that's me. I do like his snake helmet though. It's too gaudy. Enough, apprentice. The client has decided that the matter is settled. You go too far. You once confided in me that the sight of a Heaven's Turn helmet drove you to seek originality in your own work. I fear, however, that you misunderstand the motive behind the uniqueness of those designs. The Heaven's Turn helmets were crafted to reflect the desire of the Bugyo to introduce those animals to Eorzea and foster a fondness for our sacred symbols. They were not, as you seem to believe, created to exhibit my own personal style as an armorer. Your efforts to learn and incorporate our culture into your work and the exquisite detail of the Kabuto's embellishments are worthy of praise. But such grand achievements are meaningless if the resulting piece fails to satisfy the needs and expectations of the clients. As a healer, you'll see every mistake of the other classes because you have to save their butts, and if you don't do this, everything is your fault. I will never blame the healer if I die, because usually I can see that it's my own fault. I will blame the healer if they die, though. I remember one of my first times playing tank through a dungeon. I was playing with some random party, and the healer was in such a hurry that they decided to go run out in front of me and draw aggro. And after about 3 pods of people, I just kind of let him go ahead and die. Alright, that's another level up. A confluence of style. All right, I think this is the last one. Dorbei, since me little failure, I've gone back to learn in all I can from Master Fugetsu. It's been full sail ahead for days now. Yes, Blindster is an extraordinarily fast learner. At this rate, I shall run out of things to teach him. Why is he laughing? It is I, Gyosei. I thought to extend my gratitude once more for your finely crafted somen. You're not even wearing it, dude. Hey, he found work. Good job. You'd like to forge ye a set of armor by way of an apology. My professional pride demands it. An offer so noble it brings tears to my eyes. It is with great reluctance, then, that I must decline. The hour of my departure draws near, and I cannot delay. You will have my hammer. Yeah, I'll help you, man. We'll get this thing done. Your heart is as pure as the metals you forged. I know. I'm pretty great. I guess it's the one thing I don't understand what they're going to be doing if they get rid of the job quests and go more into role quests, because a lot of the job quests have kind of a unique vibe about them. Like, you can't just put, you know, the samurai job quest together. It just loses something if you have to make like a one-size-fits-all. Hey, Blanster. I'm thinking on the type of armor we ought to forge for our samurai mate. Now, Hingan armor is flexible and pretty and all, but it's hard to look past the protection provided by Lominson plate. Alright, some sort of hybrid armor. A Lominson Hara-ate, if you get me meanin'. And while you're working on that, I'll put together the rest. You know, the helm and gauntlets and such. Aye, it'll need to be grand kabuto, something which represents Gyosei's nature as well as his purpose. Alright, let's do it. Alright, synthesize a Lominson Harate. Also, I found the crafting in these quests to be incredibly easy. I know that's because I have overpowered gear, but still. Role quests doesn't really have anything to do with your classes. It's more like side content. Okay. Shadowbringers is about a certain character of the story. So it just kind of works to flesh out the story that you're already doing. Alright, let's see this armor that I made. What's it's the rabbit helm? I like it, I do, but it looks so weird. Rabbit's one of them secret animals which brings what brings prosperity and long life. Seemed the perfect choice. When a renowned samurai takes to the field wearing his distinctive helm, his foes mark his arrival in despair. You're definitely going to be unique. I don't see anybody else wearing that out there. For better or for worse. It'd be cooler if he had red armor to go with his red helmet. Better now than your crafting and gatherer guide masters could ever be. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. At some point, I'm gonna surpass all of my... Yeah, all these people that are trying to teach me, because they keep saying that I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. Yeah, I'll travel back to Limsa and go let her know. If you're gonna make me. Okay, back to the smithing area. So, actually, how much time do you split between... Obviously, this is your alt character. How much time do you split between that and your main character? I guess same thing to James for Ginger. Like, do you guys only jump... Well, I mean, James is working on everything, so I feel like he has to be here a lot. Alright, that was fun. We did some crafting. Oh, probably just because there's more to do on James than Ginger right now. Ginger's maxed out, right? Or close to it. Okay. Do I already have one that I've grabbed? I do. For the carpenter. Game of confidence. I think the carpenter so far is my favorite of the level 70 crafting outfits you can get. I think he looks really cool. Plus he's got like this, like the handsaw chainsaw thing going on. He looks cool. Yeah, this is one of my favorite outfits. The other ones, especially, what was it, the leather worker, I was kind of disappointed in. It's kind of whatever. Maybe it needs to be dyed a little bit, but wasn't my favorite outfit. Armor was cool. I just like the helmet and the colors. Blacksmith just seemed appropriate. The Weaver one was alright. I don't really like the hat, but I think like the most of the outfit's pretty cool. And I haven't gotten the goldsmith one yet, or the alchemist. I'm working on that. But okay, let's go ahead and do the carpenter quest. Let's see where that gets us time-wise. Because I have been informed that the people I'm house sitting for are coming back a day early. So I'm going to have to get off and go clean. You mostly do dailies / raids for Ginger? I don't know. I see you. I see you all the time on here. So I don't have stuff to do on the main. MSQ is done. I am on a raid break after 5 years of raiding. I didn't have any sprouts yet to teach stuff. Your house is fine. So I just go on my main if my husband wants to level something or if a patch is released. It makes sense. It's a true miracle that our paths would converge so soon, and here of all places. I don't remember what was happening in this questline. I certainly hope you've been enjoying the Splendid City as much as I am. I've only just arrived, but I find I am already completely enamored with its people, food, and customs. Everything here is so different, so unique, something which can no doubt be attributed to Kugani's extended isolation from the rest of the world. Take, for example, the delicate motifs that recur in much of their work. You would never be able to find this in Eorzea. Surely you didn't come all this way to listen to my musings on such things. Though, why exactly have you come here again? For me, you say, this is fantastic. Together we're sure to have a grand time touring the area. It didn't really tell me why I came here again. I don't remember what this quest was talking about. Timbermaster Beaton would have us search for troubled citizens and fix their problems with our saws and hammers. Alright, let's go find people. At this point, I'm spending less time on James now. I'm world boss hunting. What, kind of like Ixion? Is that a world boss? James! What a coincidence running into you here. Being all ninja-like. This must be how to get all those savage raids. Interesting. Alright, let's find some people to help. As soon as I began talking, however, she sat down and began banging her tools together. I need help. Your help. Okay, what's up? I am just so fed up with the way I look. With this lank hair and these plain features, I melt right into the crowd. No one ever remembers who I am after this. Even you will probably forget me. My confidence dwindles by the day. It is to a point where I must summon every ounce of courage to even speak to someone. Wow. It sounds like you're in some sort of very deep depression. I'm so sorry. I had no idea you felt that way. Mother was right. I need to learn to listen instead of jumping to my own conclusions. I'm a carpenter. I'm not really sure what you want me to do to help you. I can make you a nice table. Probably. Waiting for them to spawn and traveling to different worlds. How do you keep track of when they spawn? Because it seems like you need to... Because for Ixion, we almost beat it, but it just seemed like we didn't start the fight soon enough. So it seems like time would be of the factor. Take, for example, we are an aggressive, burly bunch with a dash of eyeshadow, a bit of blush. However, even we will turn into a gaggle of girls before your very eyes. When we think we are girls, we become girls. Simple as that. Okay. The best way to do that would be to improve yourself, whether that would be from the inside out or the outside in. Have I ever been ignored by an audience? Of course I have. When that happens, you pack a bit more powder onto your face and spruce up your costume. You will find yourself standing a little straighter, talking a little louder, and moving a little bolder, and that's when you are sure to steal the show. Okay, so sounds like you just need some powder? Discord pings you? You just need to be there fast enough? Is the rewards you get for it kind of... Is it based upon... Like, everybody gets the same, or is it based upon damage done? Like, if I showed up, obviously, under-leveled to one of those, I probably couldn't even participate if I was under-leveled. But if I show up to something and just don't really contribute, but I'm, like, there, do I still get a reward? Obviously, a lavish dressing case to be filled with powders and blushes. Because that one guy kept talking about powder. A wonderful solution. Cosmetics will allow her to enhance her features so she might stand out from the crowd. When people begin paying her more attention, she will be sure to regain her lost confidence. Alright. I need to make a... What was it? A lavish dressing case. It depends on gold finish. I saw that. Send you an invite to the Hunt Discord. Here we go. I got you. Yes, there's hope for you. Are the world hunts basically mostly just mounts that you can get? Or is there other stuff you can grab from that too? Yeah, or glams. Alright, hopefully you get your confidence back. Feel like a brand new person. Yada yada yada. Her words have lit a fire within me unlike anything I've ever felt before. While I've been nothing but a hindrance thus far, I promise I won't be for much longer. Without you, I think that lady might never have found a way to conquer that which has been holding her back. Yeah, you'll get there. Just keep practicing. I actually like that shirt. Those pants. Now those are some golfing pants. Call it glabs if you want to look like a fat frog. I mean, who am I to judge other people on their fashion choices? Found us a new client. Her name is Ume, and she runs the local tea house. I've even finished crafting the item she requested of us. I'm scheduled to deliver it to her at her shop. You come with me, won't you? After all, my first successful business transaction is something you'll not want to miss. I sense things will not work out the way she thinks. Frog is probably the best looking glam for World Fates. What do you mean you can't use this? I took special care to listen to every word you said. This is exactly what you asked for. This charming little sign is certain to attract droves of customers. Exactly what I asked for. It's a far cry from it. It's an advertisement aimed at the general public, the precise opposite of what I need. Even if I had requested this ridiculous sign, which makes you think I would do anything to convince customers to come here? The writing on it is illegible. Illegible. You can scarcely make out the name of my shop. Bummer. Oh dear, Dorbe, help. Yeah, I can craft something. Excellent. While I cannot quite place my finger on it, I suspect my tea house lacks something in the way of ambiance. What if I craft you a giant teacup to put on the roof? Oh, she's sad. For all the good food and drink, it still lacks warmth. I could come here twice as often if they had a corner where I could sit back, relax, and have a smoke after a long day. Smoking's bad for you. I'll throw that out there. How would I go about improving this place? Well, I have no complaints about the tea or food. It would be nice if they had books or a place to smoke to help. What's with everybody and smoking? Smoking's bad for you. Apologies, but I was just on my way out, and if only this were more willing to accommodate smokers. Everybody just wants somewhere they want to smoke. Listen, we need to make a giant... a pipe box. I don't know what that is. Okay. A stylish pipe box. I've got Moogle mail. I do have Moogle mail. I see it up there. Some sort of mystery gift giver, probably. Probably somebody with a daring sense of fashion style. Probably somebody who wouldn't hesitate to drag me into an AoE. But of course, why didn't I think of that? Most of my customers smoke. Inviting them to do so here after they finish their sweets and teas will no doubt encourage them to stop by more regularly. I think smoking is a bigger thing in Japan than it is here. Hey, where did you come from? I felt the call of the wood and followed it here. Ah yes, the intricate metal inlay coupled with the finely polished wooden exterior leads me to believe that this is your work, Dorbe. Of course, I'm the only one that can make such a... You have quite the sense of humor, child. My dear lady, it seems my protege has been seen fit to furnish you with a pipe box in the truest sense of the word. What pray tell do you mean? A pipe box holds ash, and this particular one is made of ash lumber. Mayhap, however, you would need to be a carpenter to fully appreciate the joke. I didn't really mean to do that. It's beaten. I think he is one of my favorite crafting, I guess, teachers. He's good. I like the leatherworking lady. She's good. The alchemist guy bugs me. Who else we got? The armor guy is just awkward. The blacksmithing guy is awkward. The armorer lady's cool. Oh, and then of course there's the weaver, who is really just like me. He's just a big man who likes to weave. Remember, your purpose is not to create something flawless, but something authentic, something unique that will be cherished for years and years to come. What was that? Did we just do some sort of like secret handshake? Alright, let me go check my Moogle mail. Is there a Moogle mail? Yeah, there's one up there. Go see what mysterious letters have been sent. Look what we have here. A new letter has arrived for our favorite assistant. Your speedy and accurate deliveries have earned you a carrier level 2, Kupo. And yet, a delivery Moogle's work is never done. Should you see the deputy post Moogle outside Limsa Lominsa's Bulwark Hall, that's your sign that we have another job for you. I remember I did one of these Moogle jobs. I should probably go finish that. Since you said you like this shirt... The Windcell coat... Alright. Does it actually... It's just... Okay, you can't tell me that doesn't look good, right? Well, I think it's the collar. I like the popped collar. Now, does it work with everything on this outfit? I don't know. I can't tell. But I think I look good. Alchemist story is my favorite because it's about necromancy and corpses. That's my style. Oh, was he the one that was trying to bring back his wife or something? I feel like that's right. Alright, we're gonna have to pop by an inn at some point and go put that back in the glamour department. Thank you, Hexia. I appreciate it. Did you just make that? You're going to Yangsha? Don't you fret, Dorbei. Like I mentioned earlier, once I've settled in, I shall send a letter to you by way of Kotokaze. Okay, you have fun. But now this robe, though. This robe is definitely... Can I... Hold on. What does the full outfit look like? That just screams carpenter. You bought it? I bet I could craft it. Hold on. It would be in my armory chest. View outfit glamour ready items. Interesting. Can I not? Usually it'll be like, oh, you can see how it's crafted, but I guess not. Probably be under Weaver. Anyway, I have a lot of outfits that I actually can craft, and I probably should. Okay, Kotokaze, you've heard from Semi. There's a pure glam version of it. It's not just for crafters, you can put on other classes too now. Oh no. I'm actually have to go in and make it into an outfit. It's my worst nightmare. I think I have some deep-seated fear of actually crafting outfits, because I don't like doing it in real life either. I've got some sort of I don't know, PTSD or something from it. Semi, hello. Have you tried any of the local cuisine yet? If you haven't, I know the perfect place for us to start. Oh, there's a quest here that I've kind of done a couple parts of, but it's with Kurobana. There's like a wolf person here. Do you guys know what that is for? Is it like a beast quest, or is it a raid quest, or just like a random quest? You see, in the days before the Empire held dominion over our lands, I was a chef. While our freedom from them is fleeting, I would nevertheless like to use this opportunity to once again pursue my passion for cooking. As such, I've been thinking of opening up my own restaurant. To do so, I would need to procure basic furnishing for my future shop. It is not a simple task. Most of what I have come across is either far too expensive or of poor quality. Then you may be pleased to hear, sir, that before you stand two highly skilled members of the Carpenters Guild in Gridania. We shall see that you receive the furniture you require. Yep, I'll make some tables and chairs and something that allow my guests to feel at ease. Those from the Enclave have different dining habits to those of us here in Mai. I would like to create an environment where both would feel equally welcome. Turn this into a competition. All these crafters want to like compete with me, and they never win. Helping him find a job. It's just side quest helping him find his place in Nami. Okay, yeah, like I helped him carry, I think, wool back and forth, and he's like, "This is too heavy. I can't do this." But it's blue, and usually blue quests lead to something. I feel like usually blue quests lead to something bigger, but I could be wrong. People from the Enclave are more elegant than us. Never seen one with a hair out of place or in clothes that have not been neatly pressed. Okay. They're fancy pants, is what you're telling me. I can't go in there. Anybody else? Ah. Miyake. Table manners. Who else are we missing? Manazuru? Okay, Exia. Yeah, good night. Yes, Saturday when I get off work and I make my way home, I will be doing my relic stuff, so I don't know what that entails or how frustrating it'll be. It can't be worse than the ARR relic, though, so I'm excited for it. But thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the outfit. Dorbe, have you finally decided what you'll be making? Yes. Yes, ornate partitions. Well, I don't know. What do you think I should make? Wait, so ornate partitions was the right choice? Partitions. You need to prepare relic mats for once you start Endwalker. Have you completed all of the stuff for Heavensward and Stormblood and Shadowbringers then? Hey, Beaton showed up again. This table is exquisite. Of course you chose mine. What were you expecting? You're not gonna beat me. Still in Stormblood. Still need to get into Eureka again. I know. Every time I go to Ralker's Reach, I see the Eureka starting quest. But I have to wait for BMR. Otherwise, I would jump into it. Hopefully, once he gets back next week, that's what we can start. Listen, you made a good table. But my partitions are awesome. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. There's a ton of leveling in there that can burn you out. Return to the Carpenter's Guild in Gridania. But why? Old school MMO leveling. I'm trying to think of the most tedious thing I've had to do in this game. Honestly, they've been pretty good about not making me have to really grind for stuff. Like, even getting the Atmas for ARR Relic wasn't that bad. Probably the thing I liked the least was doing the skill books for the Relic. You know, where it was like, do 3 fates, 3 dungeons, kill these creatures, and yeah, that was probably the worst. Hey, BMR. He's probably sitting on the beach, punching sharks. Sipping Mai Tais. It's better now, but worse then. I don't know. Well, we should start it sooner rather than later then, so that I have more time to get burned out. If you farm enough Atmas, yeah. Semi, the key to harnessing your own potential is to recognize what is holding you back. From here, you can only grow. Yeah, there's still hope for you. You're gonna be fine. Bye-bye. Okay. Speak with Semi. Are you outside? Yes. Okay. You'll be happy to hear that Timbermaster Beaton has finally deemed my work good enough to begin taking on some of my own clients. Isn't it so exciting? That's not to say I'll forget about my studies or the guild's trouble. However, in between commissions, I'll be spending my time practicing on how to make oriental furniture. That way I can retain all that I learned from our trips to Kugane and Amai. But that's not all. I'll be keeping the people we met there in mind. They'll help me to remember that I am making this furniture not for myself, but for those around me. Yeah, just like how I made Biamar the chocobo furniture. It was for him. Crafted specifically for him, because I knew he likes chocobos. Alright, I think I'm going to have to leave it there. Mostly because I think the homeowners are about to arrive, so I gotta clean up. But if you are interested in helping me get my relic on Saturday, I will be there grinding away. I hope to see you all there. And find it fun most of the time if it's active instance you're waiting for. I don't know what NMs is. Or prepping them. Yeah, I just feel like getting all of my materials ready is going to be the biggest part. So, but yeah, that's crafting. Honestly, the job quests I enjoyed. They give like a nice little touch to the crafting, and I just enjoy. It's kind of calming. Like that guy over there, he's just fishing. But it's nice to like not stress over some of the fighting stuff. But we'll be back Saturday. Until then, I guess take it easy, become a crafter, and believe it, guys.